The era of post-Cold War security complacency is over. German Defence Minister Boris Pistorius is driving a fundamental shift, the citing vendor, to make the Bundeswehr war-ready. The core rationale for this military overhaul and the massive special defence funds is the explicit recognition of Russia as the main threat. Pistorius did not mince words when detailing the necessity of strengthening Homeland Security.
Homeland Security has not played a role for 25 years, much like national and alliance defense. Both have fundamentally changed due to the threat situation we are dealing with in Europe originating from Vladimir Putin in Moscow. The fact that we are reorganizing Homeland Security has been a landmark decision because it ensures that we are positioned in such a way that this country functions both in times of peace and in times of tension or defense.
This landmark decision involves creating a new command structure, placing Homeland Security directly under the army, and massively expanding reservist training. Germany aims to more than double its trained reserve forces and is actively deliberating the reintroduction of military service to increase personnel from 180,000 to 260,000 soldiers. For young recruits, like Gotz, the threat is personal.
It's all about defending Germany or Europe in case of doubt, and the thought that a war or a conflict could perhaps come. We all hope it won't, of course. We are here to make sure it doesn't happen.
The conscripts who undergo their basic training here and are here for 6 months or longer will always retain a reserve status. And that will play a major role in the future. The number of applications for military service is increasing.
Russia's response is an ideological counterattack that seeks to delegitimize German security policy by referencing the deepest trauma in European history. Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov claimed that Germany is attempting to become Europe's main military force again, interpreting the defensive push as a dangerous political and historical regression.
To make Germany the main military force in Europe again. I think there's no need to explain what signal is sent by such statements. And when such Nazi relapses occur in the country that gave birth to Nazism, of course this causes alarm. Of course, this will require from us principled stance.
Lavrov reiterated that for Russia, peace hinges on eliminating the root causes of the conflict, chief among them the requirement for denazification in Ukraine. He claims this is not an invention, but a necessary condition based on the reality of the government in Kyiv, which he argues suppresses the Russian language and the canonical Orthodox Church.
It represents no secret. It was voiced by President Putin in June 2024. And among other absolutely indispensable conditions for settlement, there are also requirements for denazification. I mean the destruction of Nazism in Ukraine, denazification. These are immutable conditions of settlement, which if we want it to be long-term, and we want this, we will achieve this.
While focused on external threats, Chancellor Friedrich Merz's government is under fierce internal pressure. Across Germany, including in Stuttgart, hundreds of people are rallying against austerity measures, arguing that the push for defense capability is coming at the direct expense of the public.
But what do we experience? Job cuts, austerity budgets, crumbling schools, long waiting times, a lack of childcare places, delayed buses and trains, too few affordable homes, and public service workers who are completely overworked.
Protesters and trade union leaders argue that the billions earmarked for defense should be redirected to strengthen the social fabric and infrastructure. They warn that underfunding local communities risks long-term instability and feeds the far right, directly challenging the government's priorities.
Instead of billions for rearmament and war, we urgently need money for healthcare, for social services, for more staff, for fair pay, for public sector employees. Because those who weaken local communities weaken democracy. Those who slash everything to the bone strengthen the far right. That's why we say, not with us.
Germany is caught in a difficult quagmire, committed to deterrence against an external threat, while navigating the severe social cost of rearmament. This internal division, coupled with Moscow's inflammatory rhetoric, ensures that both domestic critics and Russia are using this moment to slam the government's pro-war push and its priorities.